Did you know that the darkest and rather painful moments in your life can turn out to be your greatest strengths? Or better still, have you ever considered that hurtful times can be what give you the strength that you lack? This most unlikely feat has been achieved by many, but one that stands out is the rise and fall and rise again of one of the most famous TV hosts and comedians, Ellen DeGeneres. This woman had everything pulled from her hands, but while she sat in darkness, fear, and anger, she saw a bit of hope, held onto it, and everything she initially lost returned in multiple folds. Today, she successfully hosts her television talk show, The Ellen DeGeneres Show, which she ran for almost 20 years and received more than 30 Daytime Emmy Awards for. She's also a multiple award-winning actress and comedian and considered one of the wealthiest women in the world. There's a lot to learn about Ellen, but in this video, we'll focus on how she turned her darkest moments into her greatest strength. Ellen's life was filled with ups and downs. One of her darkest moments was when she lost her partner in a ghastly accident many years before she became a TV personality. Losing someone you love and have a close relationship with can be heartbreaking and bring so much gloom into your life that it can be very consuming. Ellen has shared how that time was very difficult for her. She explained that she and her partner, Kat Perkoff, had initially broken up due to Kat's infidelity, and although Kat made attempts to meet up with her and patch things up, Ellen wasn't in the mood to listen. And some hours later, Ellen passed through a terrible car accident without knowing that Kat was involved in it. In 2015, Ellen talked about it on Oprah's Masterclass. She said she felt guilty and wondered that if she had met with Kat, the accident might never have happened. Surprisingly though, Ellen's devastating loss inspired her first comedy monologue. She told the New York Times in 1994, "I'm laying on the floor, wide awake, thinking, here's this beautiful girl, 23 years old, who's just gone. And to cope with the loss, she attempted to speak to God. So I started writing what it would be like to call God and ask why fleas are here, and this person is not," she added. Phone Call to God was the first comedy skit she wrote. In 2018, Ellen explained on Dax Shepard's Armchair Expert podcast, saying,
"It just unfolded. I just wrote the entire thing. And when I finished, I read it and I thought, oh my God, that's hilarious. I'm going to do this on Johnny Carson and I'm going to be the first woman in the history of the show to be called over to sit down."
And just like Ellen, losing your loved one can throw you off balance. But coping with it can also be the time when your life turns around in ways you never imagined. It can birth a passion in you that you never thought you had and steer the direction of your life through a clearer path. Indeed, Phone Call to God earned her a seat on Johnny Carson's couch after she performed a skit on The Tonight Show, starring Johnny Carson, in front of delighted audiences who enjoyed her comedy and found it very relatable. This was a huge honor for Ellen, and it served as the beginning for Ellen's breakthrough into the comedy industry. Phone Call to God also helped Ellen win a Showtime contest in 1982, which helped her earn the Funniest Person in America title in 1986. At that point, Ellen's career began to expand. She became more famous, and people loved her and enjoyed watching her. She soon became a household name, and by 1994, she already had her own sitcom named after her. The show was a major hit, and for a while, everything seemed perfect for the comedian, until the fourth season of Ellen, when she came out on The Oprah Winfrey Show. Ellen had always known she was gay, but hid it from the public because she was afraid of the possible backlash she might receive. After years of struggling, she decided to free herself by coming out. Ellen made it very clear that it was never about making a political statement, but instead just to free herself up and stop living a lie. But after she revealed her sexual orientation, all of the fear of the backlash became a reality, and she saw her world crumble. Ellen's show was canceled immediately, and she lost her career. And according to her, she wasn't even informed. Instead, she read it in the papers. She stopped getting offers, many of her previous engagements were canceled, and nobody wanted to work with her. This went on for about 3 years. Ellen felt like she was being punished. She became angry at herself and the world, but still, many people worldwide sent letters to her, thanking her for what she did because it made them not feel so alone. That made her feel like she had a purpose beyond being a TV host and celebrity, but it wasn't enough to restore her to her initial position. However, she had now discovered that she was a role model to many people who struggled with their sexuality, and she's been recognized as the first major celebrity to bravely speak up about being gay. Similarly, finding a greater purpose that seeks to touch the lives of the people around you can be the source of strength you need to get out of dark times and draw the right people to you. In 2001, CBS finally agreed to air her show. The Ellen Show lasted for about 2 years and was canceled after 13 episodes. Ellen then struggled to get back to a big position, and one thing that kept her going was staying true to herself. Her darkest moment is not something she regrets experiencing or would ever take back. She remains glad that she experienced it because it taught her to remain true to herself. This means that she's not living a lie. She has no dark secret that would likely ruin her career again. She doesn't live in fear, and she'll always be fine because she knows who she is. These are really the perks of being true to yourself. Your ability to come to terms with who you are makes it easier to achieve your dreams because you clearly know what you want without being influenced by fear, shame, doubt, or negative reactions from those around you. It also gives you a sense of purpose that's beyond acquiring material things. Aside from staying true to herself, she's also always been very passionate. And the truth is, nothing screams staying true to yourself like following your passions. Once you get to that point where you realize this is really who you want to be, even if the world is against you, then by all means, pursue it. Of course, things will look challenging, but you must remember that this is your chosen path and that you want to find success in it no matter what. Following your passion ensures you're not distracted by what others are doing, what they've achieved, or how far they've gone. Instead, you're focused on bringing the best out of yourself. If Ellen had given up on her passion and stopped working on herself, she wouldn't be where she is today. Over the years, Ellen has amassed many accolades, including winning 20 People's Choice Awards, receiving the Presidential Medal of Freedom, and the Carol Burnett Award at the Golden Globes for her work on television. She also owns her own record company, 1111, and a production company called A Very Good Production. Ellen has also featured in several movies, including playing the role of Dory in the 2003 hit animated Disney Pixar film, Finding Nemo. She's also hosted the biggest award shows, including the Academy Awards, Grammy Awards, and the Primetime Emmys. Forbes named Ellen the 50th most powerful woman in the world in 2015, and in 2018, Forbes named her the 15th highest paid entertainer in the world with a net worth of $87.5 million. Ellen successfully built her career as an aspirational woman in the media and being a vocal activist with a reputation for sharing kindness. But she got entangled in a terrible scandal in 2020 that sent a major shock around the world. People were shocked that the Ellen DeGeneres Show, a show built on kindness, was labeled a toxic work environment by some former employees and fans. There were allegations that employees endured disrespectful comments and hostile behaviors while working on the show. Ellen was also accused of being unkind and refusing to talk with employees or taking pictures with fans when the show wasn't live. Employees were also fired for taking sick leave or attending the relatives' funerals. She has since apologized for not taking enough responsibility to prevent this from happening, saying, "I learned that things happen here that should never have happened. I take that very seriously, and I want to say I am so sorry to the people who were affected." However, her apology fell on deaf ears, and the rating for her show crashed badly, with top celebrities refusing to appear on it. Things only got worse from there, and it must have been another 1998 for Ellen. The backlash only continued, and in May of 2021, Ellen decided she wanted to end the show after 20 years. This isn't the first time she's ended a show after facing a tough time, and just like in the past, we wait to see how she could overcome this recent challenge and inspire many of us. So at what point did you think it was over for you? And how did you turn it around? Share with us in the comment section, and if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching.